Well, oh, sorry. Well. Welcome to episode 253. Oh my God. Let me take this hat off and just. Anyway, this is the real hat I'll be wearing today. Welcome to episode 253, guys. We back at it again. It's Saturday morning. I got the whole crew with me. I got Real, I got Armani, I got Coach, and we discussing a variety of topics. Hopefully not my Lakers, but probably my Lakers. Oh, we got the NBA season starting up. College football in full effect. I have no idea why folks, all these Tennessee fans come from, but we'll talk about that. The NFL season in full effect. We got a lot of college football games to get to today. Falcons, Steelers report, HBCU. We might even talk about the Braves who not even playing anymore. Oh my God. But anyway, we got a full slate of topics. And we're not going to waste any more time because we're ready to talk about them. Episode 253. Let's begin.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Red Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas and our special contributor, Armani Newsom. Come on in, hang out with your boys, Red, Coach, and I'm with you episode 253 as we give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge.
Nice.
Come on in, hang out with Coach and Red in Atlanta. Rev is in Columbia, Maryland, and Armani is in the VA. Not the hospital.
In a penthouse suite. Look at that penthouse suite, boy. All right, that look like the suite Richard Gere had in Pretty Woman.
As is our custom, we're paying our numbers attention to Coach Patrick Thomas to give us something, someone dealing with 253. What you got for us, Coach?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. For 253, we're going with an old schooler who played with Lawrence Taylor for a few years. He was a two-time Pro Bowler, and he wore number 53. And, of course, you all know him. He's like a grandfather, well, grandpa's grandfather now. 53, Harry Carson from the New York Giants. Harry Carson, two-time Pro Bowler from the New York Giants. Number 253.
All right. Part of that Super Bowl championships with Bill Parcells with that fierce New York Giants defense. I don't know if Armani remembers Harry Carson. I don't think he was birthed yet by then. Yeah.
No, that's 86.
Yes, that's in the 80s right there. So Red and I were around by
his parents were hooking up and going through their romance then. They weren't even thinking about you, Armani. They were going out on Saturday nights there. Man, Armani Senior was picking up his date on a Saturday night. Wasn't even thinking about Armani Jr. Like, man, what I got to get into this weekend? Dude, let me go watch this Giants game. So make sure my son know about football. Know he gonna be a Alabama slurper at a Sixer slurper.
All right, we're gonna get ready to move on. Let's see. Let's welcome Revenite Nation.
Revenite Nation.
Seems like it's a little light today. We'll see who
a little light. Where they at today? What's going on in town?
The gavel, so Mr. President, you're gonna have to slam the gavel because you're the only one who showed up in Revenite Nation so far, man. But we're glad that you're here. The president, he's calling you the vice president, who's not here, but Joe Black is checking in from YouTube. What's up, Joe? Glad to have you, sir. Anybody else in Revenite Nation, feel free to go ahead on and type in so we can at least recognize you and show you some Red and Rev Sports Show love. All right? All right, we're going to move on, and they'll join us. All right. The president says good morning. He's on his way back to the bareback motorized cactus riders championship in Flagstaff, Arizona. My.
Oh, Lord.
Well, at least I heard of that city before.
In our mind, there's a question for you, sir. Did you get your piano fixed? All right.
Nah, man. You know the A flat, little. You know, it's a little. It's out, so I'm trying to get that fixed as we speak. You know, we'll
not the A flat, not the A flat. All right, gentlemen, let's go right into it, man. We're gonna dope, nope, and cope. You all know it. We're gonna talk about our hottest moment, dope. Our worst moment, nope. One we're trying to feel some kind of way about, coach. So what you got for your dope moment, coach?
Well, my dope moment, I think it's going to go to what was it? I had it on my mind.
Coach is having a
It's going
senior
to it's gonna go to Dusty Baker, who looks like the way he's going, he could get him a World Series title. It's early, but Dusty is pushing all the right buttons, doing all the right things to help the Astros go up on the Yankees. And he may just beat the evil empire and put them on out of it and get to the World Series and win that title. So dope moment for Dusty Baker.
All right, Red, what are you doping on?
I'm doping on one, Chris Lindstrom, Falcons right guard, who is finally rose up to the top of the right guards list in all the NFL. According to PFF, he is the number one right guard in the entire NFL. I knew you was a good player when we pictured Chris Lindstrom. You still was on the line full of some scrub players, but now that the running game is coming into fruition, you're finally getting your due. Chris Lindstrom, I expect many Pro Bowls from you, and you just might be one of our next Hall of Famers. So, Chris Lindstrom, I know you ain't going to get too much love because you're offensive lineman, but Falcons right guard, Chris Lindstrom, keep balling, baby. Keep giving us consistent play. Dope, Chris Lindstrom.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
All right, Armani, what are you doping on?
I'm doping on one in my family, Colin Saxon. Seems like he had a coming out party. Doing real good. 20. Oh, I got a black screen. 20 points, few assists, few rebounds, man. That's pretty good. Keep up the good work. I know you're coming off that injury. Hey, one day at a time. Don't try to do too much. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and I am doping on one, Jay Mazzulla, the interim basketball coach for the Boston Celtics, begins the season with 2 impressive wins, one win against the Philadelphia 76ers and another win against the Miami Heat. Those are no 2 small victories for both the Heat and the Sixers are primed to at least make some noise in the postseason. So big up to Jay Mazzulla and brother Emma. Your job might be on the line because if they do well, there's no need to bring you back. They could just take the interim tag off brother Mazzulla. So big ups to him.
Winning.
All right, Red, what are you coping on?
You mean noping on?
Noping on, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm noping on that we got 300 win teams in the National League, and all were eliminated before the NLCS. Lord have mercy. I mean, you go the whole season and win all those games, and don't none of y'all make it to the National League Championship Series. Mets, Dodgers, Braves, choke jobs, all of them. All of you can eat it, and all of you can go you know where. I just can't believe it. Just get them out of here. All them 100 wins, just take them and flush them down the toilet because they're worthless. You hear me? Worthless. National League. No.
You have got to be kidding.
All right.
Lodge your feelings, Miss Dana.
Well, they weren't a 100-win team, so you didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Armani, what is your note moment for this week?
My note moment will be Jermaine Burton.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You lose a game in Tennessee, they're still on the field, and you thought it was okay to hit a young lady, I think a student. Where's your self-control? I mean, you gonna really get arrested for hitting a young lady because you lost a football game, man? That's not what we do. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Like, get out your feelings, focus on the next game. But hitting a young lady because you're upset because the student stormed the field and you're trying to get to the locker room, that's no excuse to hit a young lady. All right, get yourself together, young man.
Oh, come on!
And that would be one Georgia transfer who realized, man, I left Georgia for this. All right.
Hey, after that, I'm glad he left Georgia.
Yeah. All right. I am noping on my boy, Pat Mahomes.
Uh-oh. What?
You get paid too much money not to follow through with at least a chance to win. Can't throw a pick that early in the last drive. And also, when y'all had a 3-point lead, you didn't lead your team to extend the lead. So I'm going to give you the same treatment that I give other quarterbacks, particularly Matt Ryan, who get paid big bucks. You got to show up during those moments, even though you have shown up plenty of times before in that same situation. But in arguably the biggest game of the year, you got to show up and you got to go pound for pound with one brother Josh in Buffalo. So my note moment is going to go to my boy, my quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Got to step up better next time around. Coach, your note moment.
My note moment goes to Adam Silver apologizing to the Phoenix Suns employees. Adam, too much, too little, too late. Saying you let them down too late. You let that Robert Sarver go crazy and run that place into the ground, and now you apologizing. A little late for that, Mr. Commissioner.
And Coach, check the chat real quickly. All right. Armani, what are you coping on, sir?
Oh, boy, I'm coping on the fool that wanted to pick up the football on a punt return. After everybody said, and you can hear everybody say the code word for get out the way, don't touch it. Why would you touch the football? Why? Why Alabama punt returner? Why would you touch the football? For what? You made them punt, about to get the football back for a chance to go up in the game, and you just pick up the football. What makes you think that was okay? I don't understand. But that's my coping moment.
All right, and I am coping on the fact that I allowed Red Rose to influence me to change my pick last week when I was reading our private chat on Messenger, where I initially was going to choose Tennessee, but I read something with something to the effect that, Alabama doesn't lose these kind of games to Tennessee on the road. And I erased my Tennessee pick for Alabama instead of going with my gut feeling, knowing that Tennessee had a real good chance to win this game at home. So that's what I'm noping on, because I cost myself a game in the standings. Not going with my own intuition, but allowing Red Rose to influence me.
All right, oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Hold on, Rev. Do y'all hear this, Rev Night Nation? How is Rev going to take one of my posts and say he's coping with it? Like I'm supposed to know you going to use one of my posts to use for your pick?
I blame myself. I blame myself for allowing what you wrote to influence me. So
which post? I need to go back and see which post it was, too.
Go ahead, Coach. What are you coping on?
I'm coping for one, Todd Gurley, former NFL football player, who said Tuesday he realized his NFL career is over. He said doesn't seem like anywhere around it. Ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. And I guess Gurley is saying he's done with the NFL. He's a good player when he was healthy, but I know recent health issues got to cause him to be limited. So he finally just said, it's over. Life after football. Todd Gurley.
Generation need.
All right, Red, in this segment, what are you coping on?
Well, I hate to sound a little ungrateful here, but I'm coping with my Falcons passing attack. Yeah, I know our running game is top 3 in the NFL, and we are actually turning out to be a pretty solid football team, and I'm happy about that. don't get me wrong. Even if we keep winning this way, I'll be happy about that. Nothing makes me more happier than Falcon wins. But at the same time, I hear the noise from Falcon fans. They wondering, well, coach, if you were gonna play this style of football, why did you waste the 4th pick on Kyle Pitts? Why did you waste the 8th pick on Drake London if this was the style of football you were gonna play? And I'm kind of wondering that myself, but man, because I'm coping with, come on, man, Drake London and Kyle Pitts are 2 big-time playmakers, and they need some touches, doggone it. So all I just need is Arthur Smith to keep the running game up just to make the offense a little bit more balanced, okay? Just so you can keep those guys happy. Because when contract time comes, I don't want them saying, man, I got to get out of here and go to a team where I can get some touches, because those guys right there are playmakers, and I want them to stay around. Now, even though we winning, though, I like we winning, but I just feel that we keep. Oh, sorry. Okay. But I'm just coping with Falcon passing tactic. Just get offense balanced. Just a balanced offense. That's what I'm coping with. We just too run heavy right now. I'm done.
Red thought he was giving the Falcons report at that moment, right there. All right.
I know, y'all. Thanks for ready to be here, real.
Let's see what the Revenant Nation wants to talk about as they dope, nope, and cope with us. Let's see. Let's go to these comments. Good morning. Good afternoon to you, Sister Brickers. Glad to have you. The president is doping on the Falcons against the 49ers. I was skeptical of Mariota, but he's growing on me. And that kind of goes back to where Red was coping on. The fact is nobody expects Mariota to kind of be the one who could sling that thing around. So I guess, we got to wait maybe another year for Pitts and London to make good on why they were picked so high once they get another quarterback. Joe Black doping on Falcons played the most complete game you've seen in years. Sister Brickus, oh my goodness. Eagles and Phillies playing good ball. She's doping on. Good morning to you, Barasa, doping on Lakers guard shooting and Joe Black. That was awful the other day. Sister Brickus, noping on the LA Lakers Westbrook drama. All right. Good morning to you, Maurice Thrower. Tom, the president, noping on anyone named Russ.
Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook.
Dante's with Carolina. It's about to be a long season. Yeah, y'all are officially tanking. That's for sure.
Yep.
With the trade of Brother Christian McCaffrey going to San Francisco this week. So y'all are officially tanking, trying to get your quarterback for next year because Baker Mayfield will be done after this year. The president's hoping on Alabama fans on suicide watch. Wow. Sister Brickers.
Where's Dante at?
Sister
Dante
Brickers
to my left, right here. Oh, I can't even get that. My arrow pointed right to Armani.
Yeah, Sister Brickers is coping with having to watch Draymond Green play basketball. Joe Black
He's been terrible too.
On everybody in Tennessee already booking flights to Atlanta in December like they don't have to go to Athens in November. The president has a special dope. My special came through Georgia Southern beats James Madison. I didn't know that was a big upset. The president said, Red, you let a guy named Red. Yeah, they changed your mind. Yeah. Guilty as charged, man.
That's Mr. Red to you, Thomas.
That was funny.
All right. Thank you all for joining in, Revenant Nation. Let's jump right on here. This is a topic for today, Black players versus Black coaches. I guess this is one of Red's topics right here. So we'll let Red bring in this segment at this time. Talk about it, Red. Okay,
well, I guess this all stemmed from the incident we had on the sidelines. I think it was last week with the Arizona Cardinals wide receiver getting kicked out the game, Robbie Anderson. And I guess this all made me think about some old incidences in the past. Made me think about the incident when Vernon Davis got kicked out the field, and it was Mike Singletary that did that. Then it was making me real. remember something that excuse me, y'all. What's the running back that's on Speak? Was Shady McCoy. Anyway, Shady McCoy. He was talking about why the main reason that the Kansas City OC hasn't gotten a job because he's always arguing with players on the sideline. And then I think about Deuce Staley, how he is, how what I saw in the Hard Knocks video, and he's probably far away from an NFL head coaching job himself. And I don't know what it is. It seems like black players don't have no problem challenging black coaches, but when white coaches are in charge, you rarely see this sometimes sometimes in sports. And I honestly don't like it like that, because why wait till a brother get in charge to want to show your behind? You know what I'm saying? If you don't show your behind when the European American is in charge, why show your behind when the African American is in charge? So I just thought about that in sports sometimes. Just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts, and maybe Rev Night Nation's thoughts on it. Man, am I reaching, or is it something that you guys see too? That even in NBA or Major League Baseball, sometimes you see a black player show out on the brother, but then when it's the white coach, he probably is a little more reserved. Now, of course, you can take Draymond Green out there; he'll probably show out on anybody. But definitely, what I saw when Steve Wilkes, when the guy I didn't see Robert Anderson act like this when Mark Rule, what's the name? The Rule guy. Matt Rule was in charge. I saw him show his butt when the black guy got the interim job. I saw Vernon Davis show out when Mike Singletary got the job in San Francisco.
Let me interject.
Arguing back and forth with the OC. I forget his name, Bieniemy and KC. I never seen him argue back and forth with Andy Reid like that.
Red, let me interject real quickly, because you had posed
sorry.
If you were reaching or not, and somewhat it could be viewed as a reach, because just this past week, Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury went at it. And if we look at it, you can see black players actually went a little bit farther with white coaches historically. For instance, PJ Carlesimo got punched in the face by Latrell Sprewell. And you look at
I remember that.
Threw a towel in Danny Ainge's face when Danny Ainge was the coach of the Phoenix Suns. So there is precedent for this place. So I don't necessarily think that they have gone a little bit too far. It's interesting that we have never seen anything as egregious as Carlesimo getting punched and somebody throwing a towel at Danny Ainge to happen at a black coach. I think black players understand if they do something like that with a black coach, let's get ready to rumble. So
the NBA probably.
Yeah, you've never seen a black coach try it like that. So I think it's just maybe recent that we're seeing more so. And we also have to understand that the media does certain things to spin things, and maybe the media is trying to highlight certain situations so that more black coaches seem like they don't know how to control their players and things of that nature. So
I can see that too.
So that could be possibly the narrative, because, we've seen Tom Brady chew out offensive coordinators before and things of that nature. And, they never blow it out of proportion. It's almost like he's just showing his passion. But then when we see black guys go at the coaches, then, they make a big deal about it. So that's my perspective.
Okay. That's completely fair.
Like Red was saying, we've seen Tom Brady chew Josh McDaniels out I don't know how many times. I've seen Peyton Manning chew out, not Tony Dungy, who was the offensive coordinator at that time. He got chewed out a lot too. So, the media could be trying to spin it because it's kind of funny that Airbnb still hasn't got an ego job, which is beyond me. But, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Some of these players get out here thinking that they make all this money, thinking they're above reproach, that they know more than the coach does. But what people don't understand is the coach sees the game from a different kind of lens. So, coaches always have the best, well, most coaches have the best have the best, vision when it comes to, okay, I'm looking at film, this is what they're telling me, this is what analytics is telling me, so this is why we're doing what we're doing. And a lot of players get caught up in their own self-esteem and their own greatness and be like, nah, we're not doing that, we're doing this. So it could be a number of things, but yeah, I've seen Kyler Murray. What was that Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury that got into it last 2 nights ago? Yeah, I was like, okay. But again, nothing we're concerned about, because some of these players I think that they are above reproach anyway. So,
Now, had that been a black coach, whoo boy, Kyler Murray probably would have got you right, real. Kyler Murray would have got a little bit dusted up.
I don't know if y'all remember when Jameis Winston played at Florida State, and then they played Oregon.
Him and Jimbo?
Huh?
Him and Jimbo got into it?
Yeah, Jameis and Jimbo got into it. They got a whole video about it when in the national championship, the first national championship semifinal game with Florida State and Oregon, and Jameis Winston is like trying to chew Jimbo Fisher out, and he like, nah, I ain't. No, you gonna calm down, like so. But yeah, I mean, players get in their own heads.
Okay, so I guess it's not a racial thing. I guess it's just a situational thing then. All right, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Coach, you got anything in the segment on?
He muted. Coach is muted.
All right. Now, I mean, it goes to, it depends on what you see in the person. To me, if you feel like you can up that person, or you can talk back to them, you sense that in them, then you're going to do it. Sometimes some people stop and say, well, I better not do it with this coach because it's not going to go well. Nobody ever talks back to Nick Saban because that's going to be the first ticket on out the door. And back when Eddie Robinson was coaching, nobody talked back to Eddie because Eddie had that respect like, hey, it's not going to work well for you if you try to talk back to me. I guess it depends on the individual and the coach, how they perceive the coach as one that'll take punishment, take talk back, or one that won't. They kind of sense that, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for interjecting, and thanks for bringing the topic to the forefront. Red. Real quickly, we'll talk a little bit of the MLB playoffs. The Philadelphia Phillies are up 2-1 on the San Diego Padres. The Astros are up 2-0 on the New York Yankees. So
I thought you were cheering for Dusty, Coach.
Evil Empire, baby. You got to go with the Evil Empire.
Any surprises or anything that has caused you cause for pause in the MLB playoffs?
It looked like these Phillies. Oh man, good Lord! Look like they a buzzsaw right now. I didn't think they'd get together, but man, they don't knocked out the Cardinals. They don't knocked out us, and they halfway to knocking out the Padres. And man, they get to the World Series. I mean, I hope they play the Astros so I can just cheer for Dusty full speed ahead. But man, these Phillies. I got to give Miss Dana her props. Look like your boys are trying to win another ring. Y'all trying to get that third ring in our division so you can top my Braves. Well, I got to hate on it. I can't let it happen now. We can't let y'all get that third ring over us. So I don't want it to happen. I'm going to hate on it not to happen. But, boy, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened because the Phillies look like they got it together. And what is this going to say about Joe Girardi, man? He might never get a managing job again. He don't got fired, and his team finna possibly win the World Series. So, woo, Phillies, where did y'all come from? And wherever y'all came from, please go back there. We was talking about my Braves a few weeks ago. It's supposed to be all about us. Y'all trying to take some of our shine away, man. But anyway, good job, Phillies. Y'all are shocking some people. But I still think the Astros and Dusty are going to get y'all in the end. I just think they're a much better team. But I wouldn't be surprised, Miss Dana, if y'all somehow sneak them, because I know folks didn't expect my Braves to sneak them last year. But like I say, good job in the National League, Phillies. I hate that y'all doing this in light of my Braves being eliminated, but I'm still going to root for Dusty to go all the way because, Just to need that ring.
Anybody else want to interject?
I just wish that the Phillies would rub off on my Sixers. That's all I got.
Just 2 games in, bro. 2 games in.
I know.
8 minutes.
I know.
All right, you'll be all right, Coach.
Watch this now. Dana, if you smile again, I'll go for the Phillies. No, I can't root for the Phillies. They call the economic disaster when they win. No, thank you. I'll leave that alone. I'm sorry.
Gas and
You got to
taxes.
expound on that, Coach. You got to expound on that, Coach. Some people don't know what you're talking
Man, the history has shown, and a guy did this. He said that every time the Phillies win the World Series, the economy goes straight into the tank nationwide. Things cause problems. Back when the Phillies won the World Series, stuff started happening, and we started suffering as a country. So, unfortunately, Philly, the history does not belay you. I'm sorry, I can't go for you. Go Padres.
All right. Good morning to you, Sister Harris. Let me just say this real quickly. Of course, you can't deny that the Phillies pitching has been lights out. They have just thrown some gems. Have really silenced some potent lineups. When you look at, the Braves have a pretty potent lineup, and then you look at all those hitters that San Diego has, and they've been silencing their bats. So you can't deny the Phillies playing good baseball right now. And then the Astros seem like that they have the Yankees number. That's just a bad matchup for the Yankees. The Astros just keep saying basically to the Yankees, who's your daddy? Because the Yankees can't do anything with it. I will say, since I missed the show last week, I wonder if Major League Baseball is going to really look at the bias situation, because in baseball, bias don't necessarily work well as it does in football, where you're trying to recover your body. Red made mention that 3 of the 100 teams in the NL went home. You're looking at half of your top 4 seeds, 2 in the National League, 2 in the American League, went home. And that was the 2 NL teams, and 2 AL teams survived. And it could have been 3 out of 4 because the Guardians had the Yankees on the brink. But the Yankees' talent outdueled Cleveland. And I don't know going forward if it's really an advantage for a higher seed team to be 5 days off, because that's not in the baseball culture. When the only time during a 162 game season teams have off for more than 3 to 5 days during All-Star break, and every team has the same break. So I don't know if that's good for baseball, because baseball is a rhythm game. You can't simulate batting practice for a playoff game. So that may be something that they may have to look into later on, just to see if it's beneficial, because in years past, the wild card would just play 1 game, and then they win that 1 game, then they will go into the next series. Then the pandemic year, they had every team play in the playoffs. And then this year they went 5 days off, and I don't necessarily know if that's good going forward. But we'll see what happens, and we should have our World Series matchup by the time we have our show next week. That was a good one, Mr. President.
I hope you sit on one of those cactuses.
All right, man. Let's move on real quickly. We got to go into our NCAA picks real quickly. And somebody who has freckles is going to be real excited this week because he's doing his thing in both leagues. Let's look at it real quickly. I keep forgetting that I don't have my other laptop. But here we go. That's what we're looking at, gentlemen. Where NCAA Red went 4-3, made some progress. Well, actually lost the game. I'm sorry, but he's still in the mix. 28-14. I went 4-3. I'm 25-17. Coach regained his lead over Red by 1 game. He's 29-13 went 5.
Picking him USC. I should have never picked USC.
Armani is holding up the rear, 22-23-4. He's believing that now. It was easier when he was in Revenite Nation. Now when the camera's on him, he's choking a little bit. So we may have to question Armani being on the set picking games. You might need to do it.
Hey, Rev, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Don't do me like that.
I'm just saying. It seems like you can't handle the pressure with the camera, brother. All right. But nevertheless, we got some games to pick this week. We'll get ready to get this on, to get started the games that we're going to pick this week. Let's see. Let's get some good picking music real quickly. All right, gentlemen.
Take my lead over Coach.
NCAA Fix, Revenite Nation, feel free to pick the games with us on.
Okay. I like that music, Red.
We got some real good games coming up. So let's do it. Coach, you're on deck since you have the best record right now. Every game that we're picking today is a game that has 2 teams in the top 25. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, on today. We'll start with Mississippi State versus Alabama. Alabama and Mississippi State both coming off losses. This game will be in Alabama. Who you got, Coach?
I'm picking Alabama, and not because that they are a better team. Mississippi State is going through a transition period of tragedy because one of their players got killed this past week, and I don't know how they're gonna feel coming into the game. And I know they're gonna have to play, but he was a walk-on that made the team, Sam Westmoreland. So that might bring them down just a bit. And Alabama is hungry for a win, so I'm going with Alabama.
Red, who you got?
Mississippi State, y'all let me down in Kentucky last week. I know good and well y'all ain't going to Alabama to get a win. Not after Alabama just lost a huge game in Tennessee. Sorry, y'all drew the bad look of the Irish this week. You know that's Notre Dame, but you're not beating Alabama in Alabama. Alabama all the way.
Armani, tell us why Alabama is down this week.
Well, it ain't gonna be because of shaky leg, I'll say that. But Bryce Young he played out of his mind last week, regardless of what the outcome was. He played out of his mind, and he's our strength right now. Struggling in the defense because they just giving up everything. I can't say that, but they giving up everything. They're giving up everything. Anything you want. One of us can go out there and catch a touchdown pass in that defense. So, I'm going Alabama, but I mean, if we don't get that defense together, it's gonna be some issues. And Pete Golden, you better count your days if this defense don't get right within the next year. Count your days and get your resume ready, because Alabama not used to having no subpar to bottom of the SEC defense. So, you better get it right. Roll Tide.
All right, I'm making it unanimous for all the reasons that you all mentioned. Give me Alabama. On to the next game, Red. Texas versus Oklahoma State. Who you got?
Oh, man. You got Sark versus this team, Oklahoma State, on the road. Man, this is tough right here. It's always a tough one. I guess I'm going to go with OK State at home. I don't know why. I don't like the mullet. I don't like Sark either. But the lesser of two evils, I'm going to go with the mullet.
All right. Armani, who you have?
I'm going to go with Sark. I'm going to go with Texas for the upset. I think Sark has something brewing down there in Texas. He lost one game, close game, to Alabama, and then lost the other game because he had no quarterback. So I'm going with Sark, man. I think he's an excellent play caller. I'm going with Texas, man. Texas by a field goal.
I'm gonna go with the home team, Oklahoma State. I don't really trust Texas in road games. They haven't shown when they've won a big road game. And Oklahoma State lost the thriller to TCU. And TCU is the top team in the Big 12 right now. I trust Oklahoma at home more so than on the road. So I'm going Oklahoma State. Coach, who you at?
Sark has told his team that he didn't get a chance to talk to his business partners this week, Jim Beam and Jack Daniels. So he said he's focused. So I'm gonna pick Tennessee Texas in the upset just because of Bijan Robinson, the running back. Oklahoma State does not do good against the run. So I'm going with Texas.
All right, on to the next one. Kansas State versus TCU. Armani, who you at?
TCU all the way, man. TCU just pure explosive on offense. They got it. Everything on offense, you think they might not have the best quarterback, but the rest of the offense is great. So I'm going with TCU.
All right, I'm joining you with TCU. I think TCU will defend home field advantage, and like you said, their offense is too explosive for Kansas State. Coach, who you at?
And that Sonny Dyke score minute offense, I'm going with TCU.
And Redrick, who you at?
It's unanimous, TCU.
All right, we'll move over to the next game, and we have Syracuse versus Clemson. It's on me. I am going with Clemson to beat Syracuse. They're going to win at home. They will defend. Syracuse is usually used to winning their games in the Carrier Dome. This is open air field. So give me Clemson. Plus they have the championship DNA coming from the Dabo Sweeney side. So I'm going to go with Clemson. Coach, who you have?
Well, and you said DNA for Clemson. What you said about Clemson, that DNA going to stand for that's not accurate. I say Syracuse in the upset of the year right now in the ACC. That defense has caught up to everybody. And DJ, him, he's going to have a rough day today if they pull it out. So I'm going to go with Syracuse in the upset.
All right. Redrick.
No, it sounds good, Coach, but they going to Death Valley. Syracuse is a good story, but you going to Death Valley, number 5 team in the nation. If Dabo lose this game, dude, all that stuff you've been talking has just been meaningless. I don't think they're going to lose this one. I think even DJ will be ready. I even think that defense will be ready to, like Real said, protect the home field. Sorry, Syracuse. Good story, but you take that first L today, baby.
All right, on to the last game. UCLA versus Oregon.
Armani.
I'm sorry, Armani. Forgive me.
You're all right. I'll make it quick. I'm going with Clemson. One of my classmates is on Clemson right now, so we're going with Clemson.
Okay, because I thought you were going to pick that big upset like you did with NC State over Clemson. I didn't know if you were going to give that another shot.
I need some wins. I need some wins, man. You already talking junk. I got to get some wins. I'm desperate right now.
All right. Now on to UCLA versus Oregon. Coach, it's on you. Big Pac-12 game.
Who cares? I hope it ain't in a tie. Who cares? Well, they can't end in a tie, dog, and somebody got to win. Who the Oregon quarterback?
Bo Nix.
I don't trust Bo Nix farther I can throw him. Taylor Robinson and UCLA are going to pull this one out. The score might be, with the defense, score might be 70-69. UCLA.
Red, Oregon, UCLA.
Nah, I'm taking Oregon to represent at home. It ain't but one team that can beat Oregon well until the playoffs start, and that's UGA. They already took their loss this season, coach. They're not gonna lose another one. Not at home to one of these Kelly boys. UCLA, good story once again, but y'all gonna take y'all first L of the year too. In Eugene, Oregon.
All right, Armani, your choice.
Man, I don't trust either one of these teams, but Oregon at home. UCLA got a decent quarterback though, but Bo Nix ain't worth it. Dog. You know what? I'm gonna go with UCLA. I'm gonna go with UCLA because they got the better quarterback than Bo Nix. He's just Bo Nix. That's all I gotta say. I just look at it what the VP says.
All right, Armani, like you might have to change your background because you're a little bit too relaxed in how you talk. You talking like it's as if you're lying on your sofa back there, man. Talk a little louder for us, brother.
I got you.
So UCLA has beaten Utah and Washington in the last two games. They're coming off a bye. Meanwhile, Oregon has had a subpar schedule. They did beat BYU pretty good, number 12. They're in a good rhythm. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with the home team, Oregon, to win this game. Plus, I need Oregon to win to make UGA's victory over them even more impressive.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you was going to say something along those lines.
Yeah, that's part of it too, because all of that stuff is seeming like it's going to matter with all these undefeated teams right now. So UGA needs Oregon to be as good as it can be. All right, gentlemen, we'll get some movement in the standings since we all did not have the same exact pick. So we'll see where we stand next week this time. All right, Coach, get ready because it's about that time for this HBCU report. Let's get ready to rock and roll this HBCU report. Let's do it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
All right, it's HBCU time in the MEAC, the little bitty MEAC. Delaware State is playing Howard. NC Central is playing South Carolina State. That should be a good one. And Morgan State is playing Delaware. All right, moving on.
Coming up.
In the SWAC, it is homecoming week all the way through. It's a Mississippi homecoming week as all the schools have homecoming this week, which was dumb, but I won't get into that. All right, Campbell and Jackson State. That's going to be an interesting game because Mike Minter, former NFL cornerback, is playing Deion Sanders, former NFL cornerback. That's going to be a good one. Texas Southern playing Alcorn State for homecoming. The Valley homecoming that I missed. I'm crying on the inside, but that's okay. Save me a piece of barbecue. Playing Bethune-Cookman. Prairie View is playing Lamar. And Southern homecoming, where Rev spends his money or spent his money, has Virginia Lynchburg. I always get scared of that name, Virginia Lynchburg. We won't go into that. All right, moving on. In the SIAC, Allen plays Bluefield State Dogs. Central State play Edward Waters Elementary School. Clark, Atlanta. Got to go to Folk Valley to play that game. Lane and Tuskegee got a game. Miles and Kentucky State. The Morehouse, playing Benedict.
It is our homecoming too.
but their homecoming, sorry for them. And Savannah State against the Albany State Rams. All right, here we go. Moving on to the CIAA. Bowie State plays Choate. Elizabeth City plays Virginia State. Johnson C. Smith plays the Big Dog Fayetteville State. St. Augustine's plays the Rams of Winston-Salem. Shaw goes against Livingston. And Lincoln, PA goes against Virginia. And that is JBTU Report. Good luck to everybody on their homecoming. And we'll see you next week.
All right. It's a lot of homegoing.
Not homegoing.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want a lot of homegoing, but there are a lot of homecomings that are going on this week. Big ups to my alma mater, even though I'm rocking a LaSalle sweatshirt. Two of the young ladies who are members of the LaSalle lacrosse team are members of my church in Pennsylvania. So that was the closest thing that could keep me warm as I'm in this cold, frigid air in the East Coast. So that's why I'm rocking that today. But also big ups to my daughter. I know she's not watching, but big ups to her. Hope she's be safe in Baton Rouge. And big ups to my brothers and sisters in the ATL Shawty rocking with Morehouse College, or we call it Spell House, where we bring Spellman and Morehouse together. I know it's all the way live in the ATL Shawty, and Armani up there getting excited about winning 5 for 5 yesterday.
Yeah.
Hampton U, baby. Go Pirates.
Hampton University is celebrating their homecoming this weekend, and Armani said, I need to go back to school.
Yeah. couldn't even order his double stack from all that stack he was looking at.
There's a lot out there. I say that.
All right, man. So we celebrate. Then also we got to give it up. Kelly is tuning in. I don't know if she's in Mississippi or not.
Yeah, you bet she is.
I know
she got to get touched up first before she head down there.
No, she already there because the game at 3.
Today is their homecoming. Today is their homecoming.
You got your hair done yesterday, then.
We're not gonna hate. We gotta show some love. Oh, she says she's at home, Coach. She just made it appear she was in Mississippi. You know, that's you can make that happen on social media. But I'm gonna say this big.
Yeah, real way to call out those special effects from Kelly.
Big ups to Deion Sanders. What a wonderful segment on 60 Minutes last Sunday. It was very, very well done. Prime was doing his thing, definitely gave some positive exposure to an HBCU, also to Black college football. Also, I appreciate his honesty on the show where, you know, somebody asked him if he would look at another job. He said, I would be a fool not to. So I believe he didn't give all the coach speak, but he was very, very transparent. And then I just love the fact that he talked about, you know, winning as an odor. You know, can't you smell that around here? And I just love the fact that should be in Jackson next week. All right. I just love the fact that he was just, you know, himself. He didn't try to be anybody different because a more Eurocentric environment was interviewing him. He kept it real. So big ups to Deion Sanders and the 60 Minute Special. I would encourage anybody who likes HBCU sports to watch that 60-minute interview. That's inclusive of Coach Patrick Thomas.
No, I was gonna say you missed this. You missed a segment on Good Morning America, did you?
Oh, I didn't see the Good Morning America.
Well, yeah, he was on. They were on there Friday. Yeah, they was on the campus. Him and his buddy Michael Strahan. The Gap. Yeah, they were on Good Morning America.
Cool. And I mean, this right here is just furthermore fuel for how dumb Alabama State was calling Deion not swag. I mean, that was very stupid because
Yeah.
Dion has brought more attention, and let's just be honest, more resources to the SWAC. And going on his third year or third year, he had that pandemic year that really didn't count. But he has done more for the SWAC, arguably, than anybody has when you start talking about financially.
Yeah.
There are many people who have more years for tenure, and have done stuff. But in terms of on the macro level, Dion has brought way more attention than black college football has ever experienced.
Absolutely.
Many more sponsors than black colleges have ever experienced. Many more TV networks than black college has ever experienced. Where almost every black college game, especially D1, SWAC, MEAC, can at least be seen on ESPN3.
Hey, watch this, Real. That's enough.
I knew Coach Hateration was around the corner. Good morning.
And then, on top of that, Real, the fact that we was even interviewing Alabama State coach to let it know that, hey, things have changed. When do you have a press conference like that, buddy? The way you can just make those comments. When do we care what the Alabama State coach say after a game? So you talking about you ain't SWAC, dude? You ain't even worthy of this interview without prime time here. So, man, you ain't SWAC. Dion, he is SWAC. He bringing all this attention to the SWAC. You better be quiet for them TV cameras leave while you up on the stage huffing and puffing.
Right.
I give Eddie Robinson a little credit. He was an all SWAC player when he was here, when he played in the SWAC. He did do that. He got a little SWAC hours.
But so I'll say that it wasn't that. I just don't understand. It wasn't that serious. I mean, from what it looked like, I was just like, a lot of it is jealous and envy. That Coach Prime is who he is, and he's brought that nostalgia in the SWAC. So
I didn't want to use the words, but he said he wasn't jealous. But I ain't hating. I ain't hating on Prime. Look, I respect what Prime. Man, it sounds like you were hating at that press conference, but he said he won. So
yeah.
All right, gentlemen, it is officially halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. We have given you NCAA picks. We talked MLB baseball. We talked black coaches, black players. We still got some NFL. We got some top five. Talked about a little bit basketball coming your way. And we'll be right back after halftime to give you the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We'll see you soon. And we are back for the second half of the Red and Red. All right,
Red.
Yes.
I got one more shade to throw.
What's that?
And it's funny. Kelly said we only have 4 home games. They parading Dion around the SWAT so they all can eat. You think he don't like that attention? Come on now, Kelly. You think he don't like walking around, being everywhere, getting the shine on him? It was definitely envy. There wasn't no envy. I'm through. I'm done. I had to give my laugh, man. I'm done.
All right, gentlemen. Well, you all know we introduced a new segment a couple of weeks ago, and we have a picture today, and we want Revenite Nation and also the gentleman to feel free to picture this moment. So we'll go around the horn and see what your caption would be for this picture. And we ask Revenite Nation to chime in and let us know what the caption is for them. All right. That is a picture of Nick Saban going in on his special teams player who cost Alabama Crimson Tide a possession that ultimately led to a score for Tennessee, which helped Tennessee ultimately beat Alabama last week in Knoxville, Tennessee. Armani, we'll start with you, man. Picture this.
I mean, that's what I was doing with shaky leg, Mr. Dang on kick. All right. And then another thing, when Dumbo tried to go for the again in my
Well, no, you just give a caption, Armani. This is not a time
okay, my bad.
A detail.
Okay, my cap. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Red, what you got?
Who recruited that SOB?
Coach?
So you mean to tell me the filet mignon not gonna be ready after the game? Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. What the that's pretty good. Anybody else at Revenant Nation want to give a stab at it? Marie just said a bunch of expletives rather. Anybody else? Go ahead on. Gentlemen, go ahead and type in your go to the comment section for the show and type in what you just said. Armani. Brother Martin, what the
you said type in what I said on the
caption, yeah. We losing to Tennessee. Oh man, here it is. Dion said winning is an odor. Can you smell it? That's pretty clever. Playoffs. All right. Anybody else? Did you type yours in, Red?
Oh, you want to type me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
I came wrong. I'm sorry.
This is Coach from the Red and Red Sports Show.
I don't know why that came up.
Would not be ready after the game. Armani said, "What are you doing?" And who else?
Here you come, Red. Here you come.
Who recruited this SOB? He may be the winner, though. I negotiated Neil.
What's going on? What's going on?
Everybody can stop.
What's going on?
Oh man, that's the one. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. Good
man.
job, That's the one right there.
That's the one right there. Good job. Good job. We're going to post this up on the Red and Red Sports Show page later on today. I negotiated Neil's deal for these guys. That's pretty clever. All right, man. Good one. That was pretty good right there.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Before we move on. Hey, what happened to college football last week? We needed that. And I say that to say because it's always the top teams and none of these, the little guys are getting a chance what happened in college football last week was as healthy as it could get for the past, because that was pure chaos in college football. Everybody knows that. Pure chaos. Alabama lost, USC lost, somebody else in the top 10 lost. So I mean, it's gonna be crazy come playoff time because everybody is fighting for them top 4 spots. So I mean, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I hate to see Alabama lose, but see everybody else lose, and then this chaos in college football to shake it up a little bit. It's pretty good. It's good for the sport.
Well, I know UGA didn't lose, so we all right. I don't know this craziness you talking about, but we do it quite good.
What I mean though, Red, is y'all new blood in the championship era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are new blood. So you know what I mean? Y'all are kind of young still, and Kirby got something brewing down there. I like it. I like what I'm seeing from Kirby. He got something brewing.
Don't worry, we're gonna take care of Tennessee and get that revenge for y'all. So don't worry, we'll see y'all in December. You won't be seeing Tennessee no more this season. I promise you that.
We'll talk about that when it comes.
Yeah.
I either.
Because I can't wait to shut these Tennessee fans up.
All right, gentlemen. So we're gonna move on to the next segment. 5 for 5 hot topics that we'll talk about. We'll have each of these guys give 1 minute. They'll be on the camera solo for 45 seconds. Once they're at their last 15 seconds, they'll go to a group shot. Once they hit 1 minute, if they're still talking, they will be muted and we go to the next person. Revenite Nation, after the 3 guys have shared their 1 minute, we'll come to your comments, post them up, and then if there's any time left, I'll come back to add my 2 cents. All right, so we're going to get ready to do this 5 for 5. Jim Irsay speaks. All right, and we'll start with Red to jump off this particular 5 for 5 moment for this segment. Let me cue the music. We're ready? Yes,
ready.
Set. And go. What you got, Red?
Jim Irsay. Now, why I do appreciate the fact that you are eager like the rest of us to get rid of the guy in Washington, Daniel Snyder. I just don't think you delivering the message is quite that wise. I mean, now, dude, you yourself have been in your own bit of trouble, especially with alcoholism, your DUIs in the past. So your past isn't kind of squeaky clean yourself while you throwing lots and lots of stones at Snyder. I understand, but I'm just saying, maybe we need another owner to relay this message instead of you, Mr. Irsay. Maybe your daughter or somebody who I thought was taking over for the team years ago when you got in that trouble, and now it seems like you still speaking for the team. So obviously, you still want to keep your name out there. But anyway, good message. We all want Snyder gone. We just probably should get another messenger.
Coach.
Sometimes Jim Irsay says things that make sense, and most of the time he says things that don't. You know, it's just another example of somebody trying to step up and say something just to be relevant. Jim Irsay, good idea, but you should hardly be the one to talk about getting rid of somebody anyway.
Armani.
I mean, I just don't understand how you gonna say so. I mean, if you sound real contradicting. You can't say they're trying to get rid of somebody else and you got to pass too. Like, come on, Mr. Irsay. I mean, really, dude? Like, you can't do that. You can't be contradiction because you know you got your stuff in the past too. So let's not go there. Like Red said, the right message was said. Let's just get another messenger. Nevertheless, the message needed to be said, but your poop stink just like everybody else. So let's not do that. It'd be enough. If Arthur Blank said this, okay,
right?
But no, sir, you are not the guy that needs to be stated.
All right, and Martin has a few things that he needs STFU, period. And he was in the Amen corner about his statement. And definitely Irsay, because of his past, might want to definitely be careful about what he has to say about other owners, because at one point in time, he was one alcohol beverage out the door. So you just might want to be careful. All right, let's move on. Is Brady a bust this year? Is Tom Brady a bust this year? We'll start with Coach Patrick Thomas. What you got, Coach?
I wouldn't say a bust, but in the race with Father Time, right now he's finishing a close last. Him fussing at his line, talking about y'all got to do better. I didn't come back for this or whatever. All I can say for Tom Brady is this: anybody that has a tablet, keep it away from him.
Armani.
Tom Brady, for you to come out and say having an NFL football season is like a military person going on the way on deployment. Are you serious? Do you really want to go there? Do you really want to go there? Because I've done this thing 4 times. Do you really want to go there? It's not even close, sir. You still get to go home to your family every day. You don't have to make calls home. You ain't got to worry about the internet shutting off, and you can't get hold of your family. Like, are you serious, dude? Are you serious? Let's come on, dude. Let's not go there. Like, it's not even close. So, I mean, are you a bust this year? Maybe. And for that comment alone, I hope so. Because you have no idea, sir. No idea the struggles servicemen and women go through to even have the luxuries, you might have at home on an everyday basis. When we're on deployment, we don't have those same luxuries. So,
Coach.
I already talked about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that statement was kind of crazy. I didn't understand that statement at all, dude. You'll never try to compare. No civilian should be trying to compare their lives to anybody out here fighting for our freedoms and liberties in this country. Please stop comparing your life to the military life. I'm with Armani on this 100%. Brady, that was a stupid comment. And even, like I say, are you a bust this year? I don't know. You're not playing your best football. I hope you're a bust because I mean the Falcons gonna win the division, but you're definitely going through a divorce. It's definitely affecting your play on the field. It's definitely got your emotions going out of control. We see you get on players, but just the chastising that you're doing week after week, all in your lineman's face, chastising the coaches, chastising everybody. Just seems like you just got a lot going on, and you're trying to use football as an escape, but it's not working the way you want.
All right. Let's see. Brother Case is here. Says, Armani, get out of my guest house. That background is fire.
hey man, get the piano fixed, Jerome.
Sorry, Coach, you're right about Irsay. And I think the jury is still out. Yeah. Okay, tell us how you really feel, Brother Martin. Yeah. The jury is out. Oh my God, Brady made a terrible comment in the moment, but people make sports references to military all the time. Go Army, beat Navy. All right.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
The jury is still out. If Tom Brady's season is a bust, yet even if he's at 75%, they still have a best chance of winning that division, even though the Falcons are playing relatively well. I still believe that the Buccaneers have the most talented roster in the NFC South. They have the best defense in the NFC South, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. No problem. All right, now, another football topic. Jerry Jones versus Robert Kraft. They had some words this past week, and we'll start with Red. Red, your thoughts?
Just seem like two old rich white guys who just can't get along. Remind me back to that little moment that was filmed on stage. Now I don't know if these were two college representatives or two sports representatives, but the one old white guy was using his cane and fighting some other old guy. That's kind of how I picture Mr. Kraft and Jerry Jones, just two old rich white guys fighting on the stage. They could barely get to each other because they so old and out of whack and not moving as fast as they used to. But I just think this is much ado about nothing. One guy's for Roger Goodell, the other guy's not for Roger Goodell. Jerry likes to you know, flaunt his omnipotence. So, just Jerry being Jerry and Mr. Kraft just not paying it no mind.
Coach.
Man, forget all the talking and going back and forth. Let the dentures hit the floor, baby. Y'all gonna go at it.
Oh, that's interesting. Armani.
Coach, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's nothing really to look into. It's just two old rich white guys that's arguing about pretty much nothing. I mean, this is like something you see at the golf course. You know what I'm saying? Two old white guys get into it over a shot that they made, or somebody picked up their ball or something. It's just that's what that is. Nothing to be concerned about. Not that serious. They'll be all right.
All right. Let's see. Then comments for Red Night Nation. John, the president, John and Kraft, grumpy old man.
Grumpy old man. That's what it is.
For the case, Jerry needs to chill before Robert Kraft buys the Cowboys right from under him. Wah, 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 old wealthy white dude. All right. On to the next topic. Disaster in Denver. Armani's twin loses again. Last week, Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. So we'll start with Coach. Coach, your thoughts? Is it a disaster in Denver? What you got?
It's made. I guess the disaster be on a local level, a train wreck. But hey, Russell said he was hurt, so you still got time to turn around in that crazy AFC West. You know you won't win it. You still can try to ease into the playoffs. There's a lot of teams that are struggling. So, you may have to tell Sierra to go down south for a few weeks so you can concentrate. I don't know. I'm helping.
Armani, the twin, talk about it.
Russ, I can't can't defend you no more, man. I tried. I really like who you are as a person. I have no vendetta against you as a person. Great person. Somebody the kids can look up to, but man, you're just not playing good football right now. I don't know if it's the injuries. I don't know if it was the trade to Denver that has you a little unsettled, but man, you kind of showing your age too, man. You're showing your age, and your teammates in Seattle calling you out, ex-teammates Richard Sherman and Beast Mode calling you out. Well, I ain't gonna say they're calling you out, but they kind of like, okay, this people are starting to understand who Russell Wilson really is. Like, he doesn't, great. Well, he in our era, great football player, and like Rev tried to tell me, they won that Super Bowl because of the Legion of Boom, not simply because of Russell Wilson. So I give you your props, Rev. You was right. All right, whatever.
That hurt you to say that, didn't it?
Yeah, whatever.
He said like Rev tried to tell me instead of like Rev did tell me. All right,
Rev told me. Rev told me.
All right. Jerry said, keep my name out your mouth. Sierra. Denver has a defense. The Broncos have a bad coach.
They do.
Sierra,
They do.
Enough future for this.
Oh, here we go. Why future got to be in it again?
I don't understand. Like, Denver has I don't know what made them pick Hackett, because his play calling is suspect. Very suspect.
All right, I won't go into that. Let's go into the last topic. Probably the most riveting one, or 5 for 5.
Riveting.
Lakers and the Sixers struggles. Both teams have started off 0-2. So I believe we'll start with Armani on this. Lakers and Sixers are 0-2. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. Sixers, y'all just need to get yourselves together. There's no kind of like team play going around. Just Beard hits a few, and then MB, you looking kind of soft, brother. I mean, I don't know what it is, but y'all need. I'm pretty sure y'all are getting the groove of things. I'm not worried about the Sixers too much because again, it's still early in the season. Lakers, you know what you need to do. I'm tired of saying it. We all tired of saying it. I'm tired of arguing about it. You know what you need to do. LeBron needs a score to win a championship. You put a bunch of defensive guys around him. LeBron can play defense. That ain't the problem. He needs some scores on that team to win. And Pat Bev and Westbrook ain't gonna get it done. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Cool, moving on.
All right, on to Red. What you got?
I think it's crazy that Embiid is pouting about not winning MVP in Philadelphia. That's all he is. He just pouting because he didn't win MVP. But you're not gonna win this year's MVP if you don't start playing with some more toughness and ferociousness. Okay, stop playing soft, hustle, go after every loose ball. Just play Embiid type basketball. But the Sixers will be okay.
Yeah.
As far as my Lakers, Armani's right. The way to help LeBron win a championship is to surround him with shooters. That's plain and simple. Everybody knows this. Westbrook is not a shooter. A lot of those guys you got around him are not good shooters. Him and AD need consistent shooting around them. And until they get it, they just gonna keep struggling and struggling. And we all know the reason, like Armani said.
Go.
Owen, if this was the NFL, it'd be panic. 0-2 and you only play 16 games, panic. But they play 82 games. 0-2 and got 80 games to go. No need for panic. Come back when they're 0-10. Then we can start the panic watch. I mean, they got plenty of basketball left. It's a long way to go.
Gotcha. All right. Now, for somebody who haven't been watching the show, we see Bro Marshall go hard. The Reds is cursed up to my Sixers. Just kidding. Just don't go for my team. I haven't. I just went to the game. I'm in agreement with Red and Armani. I'm really tired of Embiid not owning the paint. Okay, ran over long season. I actually went to the Sixers Bucks game, and he tried to pump Brook Lopez. But Lopez put him on his bottom a couple times, blocked his shot. So he was trying to go hard, but he got a surprise that even though Brook Lopez likes to shoot more three-pointers than guards, he's still not soft. So that's what happened with Embiid. Now, for those people who don't watch the show, what's the Lakers' problem?
What is their problem? What is their biggest problem? Number 0. Number 0.
You know the Lakers' problem. Stop acting.
I'm tired. At this point, it don't need to be a topic no more. Get rid of him. It's time.
Let me just say this. I know you all had a wonderful exchange on our private chat yesterday with you, Coach, and Red, and you all said quite a bit of stuff. And I'm going to just say my little 2 cents because I want us to be clear. I try to be objective. Y'all saw on my note moment, I went after my quarterback. So I'm very objective. One thing I will have to say is this. We cannot compare players who get paid a certain amount of money to players who make less money. That's why you get paid the money. And that's why we can't compare Russell Westbrook to Patrick Beverly. We can't compare.
Oh, I agree.
Because Russ is making $47 million. Okay. Many of y'all know I couldn't stand Matt Ryan because he was paid $30 million. In comparison, I'm not going to get on somebody on the defense that's making like $3-4 million, even though they're getting eaten up. And the bottom line is it has to go back to LeBron. LeBron was at fault for wanting Russ. LeBron was not looking at the team when he wanted Russ. He was looking at himself, and he thought Russ would be able to give him more minutes on the bench because he believed Russ could run the team by himself and hold it down, and that has been far from the truth. Russ's game is not suited for a team that needs shooters. Russ is not suited for another player who is really ball dominant. That's why ultimately he and James Harden couldn't coexist in Houston together. They were able to make it work in Oklahoma City because James Harden had not yet ascended to that level yet. But, Russ is struggling trying to find his place in the offense. He doesn't know when to go, when not to go. He tries to make certain things happen when it's not there. And therefore, you can't fault Laker Nation for calling out Russ in particular because of the amount of money he makes. The amount of money he makes causes the Lakers not to be able to make certain moves. So this is why, you could talk about the Lakers guards going 1 for 20 something. They all shot terribly, but it's going to be magnified when you're paying somebody $47 million. You don't pay somebody $47 million to be a role player. I mean, let's just be real about it. You pay them that kind of money to produce and produce big. That's why Anthony Davis gets a lot of scrutiny because, he makes a lot of money. And every time he gets hurt, people give him that business because he's making 30 plus million, not 3 million, and that's where, I got to say sometimes Russ got to be more self-aware. Like, I think it's sickening that he's not more self-aware. For instance, okay, and I saw you on chat. I'm not going to applaud a dude making $47 million for making 3 defensive stops. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, you're not getting paid $47 million to make 3 stops. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? If that's your specialty,
right?
That's what you're supposed to do,
especially if you're sucking on offense.
I mean, I'm trying to be consistent, and I'm not trying to stir anything. I just want to bring in my 2 cents real quickly because I didn't chime in purposely because I missed the comment last week, and I just wanted to chime in because I think all I'm gonna ask Coach is this. Hey, Coach, I love you, brother. I just want you to be objective, right? I just want you to learn how to be objective on Russ. Like as a coach, and I know they were talking about Coach Speak last night on the comment section. But as a coach, you would have gone crazy if one of your main players shot 0 for 11 or whatever he shot, made 3 stops, and then he said, I played solid. Come on, Coach.
Okay, I never denied. Now, Rev, I never denied that he had a bad game. Look, I said he had a terrible game. But, here's a scenario. Here's a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say they trade him. He's gone. And they bring in Buddy Hield. And Buddy Hield comes in and he shoots like and I say I'm not comparing the two, but Buddy Hield is brought in because you say you want a shooter. And Buddy Hield can't average 10 points a game. Who gets to blame then?
I mean, Buddy ain't doing what he brought there to do. So, I get it. I get it, man. But the bottom line is, to whom much is given, much is required. And the bottom line is,
I never had a. Go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the team needs help included. I mean, I think Russ is making it worse, and I'm gonna tell you why. I look at Kawhi Leonard, who dressed out last night, didn't mind coming off the bench. Steph Curry didn't mind coming off the bench, coming off an injury. I look at somebody who's had just as prestigious career as Russell Westbrook, Ray Allen, when he went to Miami. He came off the bench. And when Russ was brought off the bench in the last preseason game, he had a fit. And he went so far to tell the media that the coach hurt his hamstring because he had to come off the bench. So therefore, that let me know he's not necessarily caring about the team. He's caring about himself. And the bottom line is Russ does not help that starting lineup because he's too ball dominant. And I think he would have won some people over in Laker Nation if he had just decided, you know what, let me play this role coming off the bench where he can dribble the ball a lot more because he's not a guy that's catch and shoot. He's not a guy you can run plays off of, but he could have a little bit more range if he would just come off the bench. LeBron ain't coming off the bench because we already see that the Lakers need him in the game as much as possible to keep the game competitive.
Yeah.
So you can't.
You're right. Even I admit that.
You can't have him coming off the bench. So I think Russ just got to be a little bit more. Russ just needs to be a little bit more self-aware, and it's coming to question: does he care more about his money, his stats, or does he care about winning? And it's starting. He doesn't. He
just need to lead the team, man. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Rev, the only reason I've been liking Westbrook since been playing, but the only reason I always stick up for him is because they're trying to put, and it is most of the media sometimes when he has bad games, of course they're gonna be magnified because of what you said. But I guarantee you, if Russ came into a game, he scored, in this scenario, he scores, say, 25, 30 points, five rebounds, and 10 assists. But the man that he's guarding hits the winning three on him to lose. They'll magnify that three instead of magnifying what he did to help them stay in the game. I guarantee it.
Well, we're speaking hypotheticals, Coach.
Right, but hey, I'm just telling you that's the way he is being perceived now.
I think if Russ did 25, 5, and 5, which he's getting paid to do, those should be regular numbers. Those should be regular numbers. It shouldn't be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, go 18 and 11 and then go 0. That's just too far and extreme for somebody getting paid $47 million. And as much as I couldn't stand Matt Ryan, it was a money thing for me. When I'm looking at the bottom line, when you accept that kind of money, you're accepting that kind of criticism and responsibility. And that dude has to be more accountable to himself. Like you can't that when you say you play solid and you just went for the Krispy Kreme special the other day, shot 0 that's just insulting. It's just like I don't care. Like I'm gonna just do me.
And that's the issue, Red. That's the main problem we have. I mean, dog, you can't go out there and then suck on the court and then say these crazy things. To the media, you think Laker Nation hears it all and sees it all. It's no secret why we want this guy gone. I mean, it's no secret. It's nothing personal against Russ. Dude, it's not. If he was producing, we would want him. If he's not producing, coach. But let's look at LeBron. Okay, LeBron got to the Lakers. He missed the playoffs the first year. We won the second year. We went out the first round last year. Russ come to the Lakers. We don't need to make playoffs at all. The folks are gonna Laker Nation gonna notice that now. Then you add the way he's playing, then add with stuff he's saying and doing off the court. Laker Nation sees it all, hears it all, and that's why they piling on this guy. It's nothing personal. He doing this to himself.
I mean, and you got to think about it too. Teams like the Sixers, not the Sixers, Lord no, the Lakers. The cornerstones of the NBA. They have a standard to uphold. These guys have a standard to uphold, and if you're not getting the job done, then you're gonna get gone. I mean, that's just what it is. Boston, LA, Miami. I can't go say the Bulls, but I mean, those guys have a standard that they trying to achieve. And if you're not achieving to the standard that they want to, they're just gone because they're a championship pedigree franchise. and they have to uphold that standard to keep the fans happy. And that's just what it is. And Russell Westbrook right now is not living up to the standard of what he is supposed to be playing at. Not only that, he's not living up to the contract. So, it might be time for him. I mean, I give it to mid. I mean, if he's not doing anything by mid-season and doesn't get better, I mean, it'll be time to cut losses and do something, try something else. Because again, his style of play doesn't work well with LeBron James anyway. To me, because LeBron needs a bona fide shooter on the team. He needs somebody that can score besides himself. LeBron is going to get his. Nobody's worried about LeBron not getting his or the defense, because LeBron can play defense. The problem is scoring. You can't have games where you're down 20, 30 points because you're going 0 for 11 or 0 for 15 or whatever the case may be. You got to have some scores on that team. Russell Westbrook is not a scorer right now. He can't shoot. He's barely getting good late. He driving, but you can't drive every time. You cannot drive every time. And I'll say this, and I'm going to let it go. Miami put the perfect formula for LeBron to win. They got the right guy that can shoot, Matt Miller. Even though these are role player guys, but Shane Battier, all of them can shoot. You cannot leave them wide open, or they're gonna hurt you. They put together the perfect formula for LeBron James to win, and then went back to Cleveland. Perfect
all
formula.
the teams except for this one.
Yeah, it was just the formula.
Well, the championship Laker team, they had shooters.
Yeah,
that's why we won in a bubble.
Yeah, Cleveland, Kyrie could score. Kevin Love can score.
Kevin Love,
Kyle Korver, Channing Frye,
even Boobie Gibson, even them scrubs he had around him in 07 could shoot.
They can. You can't leave them free on the three, or you're gonna get hurt.
And his turnovers, man. This dude can't be having all these massive turnovers.
Yeah,
I mean, that takes us out of games. That brings the team. Dude can't lead the NBA in turnovers. And that's exactly what he did last year. He led the NBA in turnovers. Of course, we're going to criticize him. Of course, he's going to take the heat for that. Leading the NBA in turnovers?
Go ahead, Coach.
Red, do your stats. He did not lead the NBA in turnovers. Do your stats. Tell me he led the NBA in turnovers and then look it up.
Well, he did up until he set out those.
Oh, there you go. Now you twisting now. Now you pushing the goalpost.
For the majority of the season, he led the NBA in turnovers, man. Now we talking about the majority of the season. For the majority of the season, he did.
No, we talking about, you just said he led the NBA in turnovers. Now you twisting because Trae Young had more.
All right, let's
not get lost in those little debates. I mean, the point stands that he's
about to be the all-time leading scorer too, Jerome. Just keep.
Hey, Rev, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna leave all this alone.
I have a question after you say one more thing. I have a question, Design. After you say one more thing.
Red. If Anthony Davis got hurt this year and didn't play that much, would you want to get rid of him?
I want to get rid of him now. What are you talking about? I want to get rid of him now, and I want to get rid of Westball now. And if LeBron don't find a reason, if LeBron don't find a reason to get us back to the playoffs or the championship, I want to get rid of him too. But at least LeBron is.
You're not telling the truth. You don't push that agenda.
I'm not telling the truth.
He said it yesterday. The team not working. You want to blow it up.
Time out. Almighty, you remember the conversation we had? Tell the coach the conversation we had yesterday.
Yeah, you said if it don't start working, LeBron can go just blow it up. Just blow the team up.
Thank you. I've been done with bubblegum.
Go ahead, Rev.
All right, here's the question, Bubblegum Davis.
Come on, I'm lying. Like, what is Anthony Davis done for my team?
I know that there are a lot of people in Nation, in Laker Nation, who are tired of Anthony Davis spending more time in street clothes than on the court. That's why Charles Barkley calls them street clothes. So there are a lot of people who are on Anthony Davis just as much as they are on Westbrook. Now, the thing is, when Anthony Davis is on the court, he does produce a lot more than Westbrook. But the main thing is, half of the seasons he's hurt, and then the other half he plays. That's the problem. And when you're not as talented, you can't afford to have him off the court so much. So let me ask you this, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I want you to speak. I want you to answer objectively.
rejected me.
What value does Russell Westbrook bring to the Los Angeles Lakers at this juncture in his career?
He's going to lead them in assists, if nothing else. He's going to get a ball up. He's going to lead them in assists every year. Every year. He's going to lead them in assists. So he distributes the ball. When he comes down the court, notice what he does. He doesn't come down there and try to shoot. He passes that ball off because he knows there's LeBron over there who's going to want the ball. And he moves on. He's going to lead the team in assists.
So you're saying his biggest asset to the Lakers is passing?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then amazingly, and I'll say amazingly because it's never happened before, he actually had 5 steals in that game, which was stunning to me. I didn't think he'd get 5 steals in the game, but he got it and shut down. He kind of put the clamps on Kawhi in the fourth quarter for that brief time, which kept the game somewhat close. But then they still couldn't shoot, so that didn't mean anything. Nobody made any shots, so you can't cut into that lead because the leader got down to 4. Then next thing you know, you go down there, shoot, miss. Now the lead back up to 8-6 ball game.
All right, Coach, hold on now. You're giving me commentary about the game.
I'm sorry.
I'm just talking about what is greatest asset to the Lakers. Now, Red, you are the biggest Lakers fan amongst us all. What would you say about Russ's value being the best assist person on the team?
I probably don't agree because I thought LeBron was our biggest assist guy. And I thought LeBron controlled the ball and he's the best person you look to get other folks involved. I didn't know Russell was the guy you look to get other folks involved.
I kind of understand where you're coming from. So I'm afraid to ask you this, Red.
Ask me. I'll be honest.
So
I try to
taking your desire for Westbrook not to be on the team, what value does he bring to the Lakers?
What value does he bring to the Lakers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It's just comedy out.
Come on, man.
Okay. I mean, he play. Look, he does play hard. I give Coach Boy that he does play hard. I mean, that's the best attribute I can give him is he plays hard.
He plays hard.
I can't think of. I'm not gonna say the assist because we depend on LeBron for that. Points. He's not a consistent scorer. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know his value. He does contribute in the turnover department, but do we consider that value? I mean, oh man, we're trying to be serious.
I'll say this.
Trying to keep a straight face up here.
I'll say this.
No, you're gonna ask. No, I want you to answer the question. What value does Westbrook bring to And I think Red, at least he was objective. He said he does play. I don't think anybody can deny the fact that Westbrook plays hard when he's on the court. All right, go ahead, Armani.
I mean, I can't really put my finger on it because he doesn't. For the reason that I just said earlier, he doesn't bring. If Russell's on a team like the Wizards, where you coming from? Okay.
Well, you need to go back to,
or maybe or Houston or somebody. But right now, he doesn't bring much value because of the point that LeBron, this team is should be built around LeBron James. So with that being said, he's not going to bring much value because he can't shoot. He brings as much value as me bringing my son and going to work. That's as much value.
Come on, man.
That
activity.
How old is your son?
5.
All right. Let me say this. And we're gonna close this out. I think there's some things that Russ could bring to the Lakers that could be valued. And I would say if he would humble himself, if he would be more self-aware, he could actually bring his experience to the table.
Yeah.
And be a leader and help some of these younger guys out. But because he does a lot of pouting and he doesn't like to be self-aware, it's difficult for him to assume a leadership position on that team. Like, he didn't help himself when during the preseason Pat Bev tried to have that little huddle and he got up in his feelings and didn't want to be a part of the huddle. Those are the things like that Russ does, and I'm saying this to coach in general. That helps magnify his ills on the court. When he doesn't want to come off the bench, that magnifies his ills. When he threw Frank Vogel under the bus after Frank Vogel was no longer the coach of the team, and basically, said the demise of the Lakers was because Frank Vogel didn't want to give him a chance, and Vogel is now history. That magnifies Russ's issues. So now when you want to call other people out in Laker Nation, like Tupac once said, all eyes on you. And when he has the 04s, that's going to magnify certain things like that. So, I just hope for Westbrook's sake that he could just become more self-aware. Because you can't say I played solid after you went 0-4. You just can't do that. When people ask you, do you need to work on your shooting? I'm a good shooter. No, you're not. Like stop lying.
My mentor once said, the worst liar is a liar that lies to himself. That's the worst kind of liar.
Yeah, you're right.
You have to hold yourself, and we said it over and over again, accountability. You got to hold yourself accountable, or you ain't going to never get better. That's just for anything. You got to hold yourself accountable. You're not going to never get better.
And this was killing him in Laker. I'm telling you, these side things are what's killing him more in Laker Nation. It was just him being sorry on the court. Fine. But if he would own up to it, if he would say, yeah, I sucked tonight, or yeah, maybe I need to go to the bench, or maybe I need to change something about my game. Maybe I need to help the young guys get involved because they are going to be playing here longer than me. If it was just something that you were doing for us, doing for the future, just something team-wise, dude, you wouldn't be taking all these hits, Russ, but you can't be, like Rev said, you can't be selfish. You can't be a non-self-aware. You can't say what you say in the media in addition to how you playing on the court, man. Come on, you playing for the LA Lakers. You ain't playing for the Wizards or the Raptors or the Kings or one of these teams you can get away with this with. Everything you do is going to be magnified. Yeah. And I don't understand why he don't understand that. I don't understand why you don't have nobody in his camp telling them this. It's like, dude, do you have anybody in your circle that sees this and needs to tell you this? Because you look like a plum fool at times, dude. You sound like a fool at times. And I can't believe nobody is telling him this. Russ, stop.
I'm gonna close on this. I think the worst thing that happened to Russ was, number one,
that MVP.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say the MVP. I'm gonna say the market that he played in for most of his career.
OKC.
OKC. They're not gonna scrutinize him.
Nope.
They almost worshiped the basketball ground he walked on because he stayed the course. And I think that's why Coach loved him so much, because Coach was a huge OKC fan, that he stayed the course. And then once he left and they wanted to get him to a contender, because everything was so rosy in OKC, you're not going to hear a lot of scrutiny about your play in OKC. Like, they didn't railroad KD and Russ for not finishing the drill when they had Steph, Draymond, and Clay down 3-1. He was used to soft media. And if you've been used to soft media for most of your career, then when you get to a market like LA, where everything is scrutinized, you're going to feel the heat. Like, even in Houston, when he played with James Harden, the Houston media is not that ruthless. When he went to Washington, he got kudos because he helped Washington get into the play. you know. But now, when you start having those expectations, he just didn't know how to respond because he played in that soft media for so many years in Oklahoma, and now with the LA market, with the Lakers being one of the premier teams in the nation, or the nation, no matter if they're winning or losing, they're going to lead your sports talk shows. You know, they're going to lead Sports Center and so forth and so on. And it's just too much for him to handle. He doesn't have the mental strength to be able to handle that kind of scrutiny. And that's why he's failing to do, as you said, Red, to acknowledge like I played terrible. I need to pick up my game. You know, if he said I'm getting paid $47 million, I'm playing like I'm getting paid $4.7 million. Some folk would, you know, feel better about him, but you know, it is what it is.
He wouldn't be taking all these things.
Nah, Coach, I appreciate you, sir, for you know, allowing us to have a civil conversation about your guy. Didn't go off the rails, and you know, this would be the last time we talk about Russ unless he does something stupid.
God, please no Russ.
Yeah, but I know he's not gonna get talked about if he has a good game.
Well, he gets paid to get. See, that's the thing, Coach. He gets
I know,
paid.
but I'm okay. Let me stop.
No, go ahead. No, you got the last word. You got the last word,
sir.
No, you got the last word.
I just hope he plays well.
I tell you what, if Russell turns around and they win a championship, you won't hear nothing out of me from Russ ever again. I say that.
I don't think that's happening.
Won't hear nothing. What I'm gonna say? He a champion, MVP. Can't say nothing. Won't say nothing.
Russ.
Hold the beer.
Hey.
All right, Coach. Get ready, man. We're gonna get something positive about one of your teams real quickly. We're gonna start with you first.
God.
Your team had a big victory, so you got to get ready to give us a Steelers report real quickly because your team had a big W that we weren't anticipating. So, Coach, you're on deck for this Steelers report. We're coming right back at you in just 1 second. Here we go, Coach.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
All right, Rev. The thing about it is the Steelers came in. You know how they say you get a angry animal in a corner and he comes out swinging? That's basically what they did. They were in a corner. They were facing a must-win. And Tom Brady, in all his glory, decides to go to Robert Kraft's wedding instead of going to practice. Like, wow, we got this one. Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate you giving us that victory. So we want to thank you. But what's about to happen with the Steelers now is they could seemingly make a run right now because they're coming into a weak part of the schedule and they're getting everybody healthy. We just got 5 players back off the injured list to play Sunday against the Dolphins. And so after the after the Dolphins game, the Eagles game is gonna be some winnable game. Now, if we win or not, who knows? But we got a chance to win. Watt will be back soon, and you got some guys coming back filling in those spots. The only thing I hate is Steven Sims, the guy that did the kickoff, the 86-yard kickoff return. He's out with a hamstring injury. I hate he's not playing. We need him. So we'll see what happens Monday night against the Dolphins. Sunday night. Jerry, are you a Cowboys fan? I just want to know because I have something for you.
He Falcons, Coach.
Oh, stay where you are, Jerry. It's okay. Yeah, but that's it, Rev.
All right. Let me see if you're ready to make a bold prediction. Will the Steelers make the playoffs?
Ooh.
Come on with it.
They were your Super Bowl pick, Coach.
Right. If we can get through this middle part of the schedule, like I said, we got Panthers, Browns, Colts.
That's what all
Saints.
3 wins.
There
We
you
got to
go.
win in the game.
Y'all should
Coach,
beat
you
them.
going through the schedule, I want you to make a bold prediction. Will
Yeah, we're
they
gonna
make
make the playoffs. Yeah,
There
we'll
you
make
go. He said,
playoffs.
yeah.
We
That's
got
what I want to
quarterback.
hear.
We getting
All right.
everything in order. Injuries are going. We getting people back that are injured. Water be back soon to help with run the defense. Even though still, what's his name? Alex Highsmith leads the league in sacks. So you get what's his name back, get Watt back on the side of him. We good to go.
All right.
Tomlin's not gonna allow
Make
this
the
to happen.
playoffs. That's what we want to
All
hear.
right, Coach,
Still gonna make the playoffs.
We're gonna remember this day.
Not gonna beat the
All right,
Falcons.
Fred,
though.
you on deck. Falcons report. Get ready.
I'm
Get
ready.
set. Here we come.
That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. My TV win the check, no stats. That red, white, and that black. With the Falcons on the map. That A1, that game plan, so it ain't no looking back.
Woo! Wow! What? Well, I tell you, what a week to get a Falcons report. I mean, like somebody said earlier this week, this was probably the most complete Falcons win we had in a long time, man. Thank you, Arthur Smith. Oh, well, Falcon fan, it looked like we finally found a coach. Yeah, it took a few guys to mumble through. We had to mumble through Mike Smith was good. Had to mumble through the Quins and the interims and the Rashid Morrises or whoever's. Finally got the Arthur Smith. Nice job, coach. Your running game is superb. 3rd in the NFL. You did good last year. You're doing great this year. Seems like it don't even matter what running back we got up in there. Caleb, Aaron, Cordell, who's the other guy? Tyler. It don't matter. Whatever running back in there, gonna get them some shine. You know, like I told folks last week, our offense has literally become the UGA offense, running back central with occasional passes here and there. You know, of course, we got a big tight end like UGA got. We got a big, tall playmaker on the outside like Drake London. So Falcons offense is pretty much been our bread and butter. But I like our defense. Our defense is playing opportunistic football. And with the Falcons, that's about the best you can hope for throughout my years of watching our defense. Bottom of the league in sacks, but top 10 in interceptions, though. And that's good. Like I say, we may not get to the quarterback, but we can rattle them enough to make them a mistake. And that's what we need. And we took advantage of our mistakes last week. Fumble recovery, took it in for the touchdown. I love that. Turnovers on defense. We need that. We need our running game to keep scoring. We need touchdowns from our quarterback, which we got last week. We need touchdowns from Kyle Pitts, which we got last week. Now, my only beef is we got to get Drake London involved in this offense, man. I want him. I like his attitude. I like his moxie, and I want him involved in the offense. Drake, Pitts, running backs, we get all of them involved, baby. And this season might be a little bit better than I thought. I thought coming into this season, it was going to be, man, we'll just go with the flow. Now, I know we got a good football team now. We can actually beat some players with that. It's running, winding up rib. Okay, let me wind it up. But the Falcons are doing good, and I just can't wait to see what this season has in store. I thought I was going to see my rookie quarterback, but now, Desmond, I think you need to stay put. Just stay put until it's time till we call you up, because Marcus is doing okay. Okay, they got us tied for first place in the division, and I like it. I love to see winning Falcons football. We got rid of that peppermint guy, threw his butt to Indiana, let them suffer with him, and now Falcons football is back, baby. That's right. We're going to run that rock, boy. That's right. We're going to play that butt smash mouth football. I love it. We coming for you, Dana. We coming for them Eagles, baby. Woo! I'm pumped up. It feels good when you got a good football team. All right, I'm done.
All righty. It's amazing.
That's right. We got our secondary solid. It's top 10 in interceptions, Jerome. Like I say, we probably can't get to the quarterback, but we can rattle them, make them make some mistakes. I like mistakes. We're going to make Joe Burrow make some mistakes this week, I hope.
All right. Let me just say this. This is the most we've talked about the Falcons in a positive light in a long time.
I'm being right in that blitz.
It just so
You
happens
know why that is.
number 2 is no longer the quarterback. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I'm not as hype as Red is about the Falcons. I thought this was going to be a cellar dweller year, but they are exceeding my expectations. Obviously, they're responding to the coach. And the bottom line is this. Matt Ryan's contract was killing us. His play was killing us. Now that you have money off the books, you can disperse money around the team. For instance, I have not heard too many about the Falcons defense. Now, it's amazing that I hear Jerome Case say this. The Falcons finally have a solid secondary. Well, they finally got rid of Matt Ryan. Do you see the correlation?
No, here we go.
I mean,
Do
but
you
also,
see the correlation?
Yeah.
For real. If
Yeah.
you said the Falcons' offensive line was good, now that would have been a perfect statement to respond to. Because you see how good the offensive line is now.
Yeah. He said nothing about that, but they were terrible when Matt Ryan was here. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing how things have changed. I haven't heard
Now we
anything
got a
about
top tier O line now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the offensive line being trash. I haven't heard anything really about the defense being trash. In 6 games, I haven't heard that. But it's just amazing that this stuff is not being said once number 2 is no longer on the roster. Now, let me just say this to Thomas's question as we get ready to make some picks. I have some emotions, but my expectations team are low. So if they lose, they lose. They win, they win. I don't have any real expectations because I'm thinking that this season was going to be a tank season so that they could get the quarterback that they need for the future. So, if they win, I'm good. If they lose, I didn't have any expectations. So I'm not going down in the dumps, throwing stuff. And, I got to wait till they get some expectations again. All right.
Rev, a fan wants to hear the song again.
Who's that?
There's a fan out there there's several fans like that song.
They want to hear that red, white, and
black.
All right, we're gonna give him one more time. Here we go. Red gonna start dancing in a minute. Look at your camera, coach. Watch this.
That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. That red, white, and that black. My team be winning shit, no stats. That red, white, and that black. With the Falcons on the map. That A1, that gameplay, so it ain't no looking back.
Can I say something real quick before we move on?
He like that red, white, and black. I tell you, the Falcons are one of the best teams to root for when they're winning because we got the most soul out of any fan base in America. Like it's a huge party when the Falcons are doing that thing, man. That's why I was so mad when they lost the Super Bowl because that parade was just going to be epic, like never seen before. It was just going to be epic. Give it up for the big.
Can I say something before we move on?
Hey, Red, it started in '91 with the Too Legit to Quit career.
Oh yeah, the Hammer. Yep. Hammer being on the sideline with Deion, Andre Rison. Go ahead, say what you got to say, bro, man.
I just feel a culture change, man. I really do feel a culture change in Atlanta. I mean, it's just Arthur Smith's like, look, this is how I think it's gonna go, and if you don't like it, you can get the hell on. And I love it. I love it. And that's just for anybody. It's in 1 year and a half, he got rid of Julio, Matt Ryan. He just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Julio missing games. He's holding people accountable for their screw ups or lack of play. And I love it, man. And Terry
even put Mayfield's sorry butt on the bench.
Yeah, and then Terry's on board with it. They're in sync, and I like it. I like where the Falcons are going. I do think we're gonna look for another quarterback in the next year or so. But I like where they're going, man. I like where they're going.
All right, let's go, Red. We got to pick some games, man, and then I got to find something to eat. I'm hungry. All right, let's get ready to get ready to pick some games. Reverend Nation, get ready to pick us. Let's see the standings. Where are we today? Coach, you won't be pumping that fist after this last week. Red's going to be pumping his fist because he showed out. All right, Red went 6-1. And that 6-1 put him in first place.
That's right, baby.
46, 32-1. The Reverend and the good coach went 3-4. We're tied 2 games behind Red. Armani should be getting ready to feed us at any moment.
Yep, sure is.
I don't see him coming back from being down 15 games. Even though it's mathematically possible, I don't think it will happen. But, Armani not doing what the soldier was supposed to do cost himself big time. And I'll just send you my Cash App whenever you're ready. Or you could just treat me to my meal while I'm in Hampton next month. All right.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll treat you your meal when you come. That's fine.
And we're not going to the Green Turtle. All right. So
our money might have to feed me then in December.
Yeah, he might as well get rid. Well, y'all could just go half and half.
Yeah, you might as well. We're gonna go half and half on money.
Yeah, just go half and half because Armani is done.
Let's go to Dobbins.
Lieutenant Sono.
It's early in the season and I'm done. God, man.
He'll be feeding us at Dobbins Air Force Base mess hall. Red good.
They
Red reneged. What we reneged?
How we renege?
Oh my goodness. Armani, get that stipend ready. All right, here we go. Let's get some picks going on. Reverend Night Nation, let us know your picks as well. Let me get some good pick-em music. Here we go. We're going to start with Jerome Case's team, the coach, versus the Titans. Red, it's on you, man. Since you're in first place, we'll start with you. Who you got, man?
All right, well, Titans at home. They playing Matt Ryan. But when it's me picking, you should already know. That is enough said. Matt Ryan on the road versus a division team. That's a loss for Matt Ryan. I'm taking the Titans.
All right. Coach, who you got?
Titans. Coach Jonathan Taylor's not doing is struggling this year, and Matt Ryan is the quarterback, as y'all pointed out. Titans.
All right, I'm going with the Titans as well for the reasons Red and Coach mentioned. Armani, who you got?
Titans.
All right, it is unanimous.
Just follow my lead, Armani. Only way you're going to get back in it, baby.
Pretty much. Not the coach. He said Ryan is going to redeem himself. We'll see. All right, on to the next game. Seahawks versus Chargers. Coach, who you got?
Chargers. They getting ready to make a little slight run. Seahawks not ready yet.
All right. I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. They're at home. They came off a big victory against, was it the Broncos or somebody? So I'm going to go with the Chargers. Let's go with the Chargers. Armani, who you have?
Chargers.
Okay. And Redrick.
I want to go with Geno so bad, too. The Chargers, they just really don't give me that. They just not consistent, But Seattle, the Chargers have a better team. I'm gonna go against my better judgment and take the Chargers at home, but I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle beat them.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Y'all better win too.
On to the next game, Bears versus Patriots. Patriots at home. Give me the Patriots. Bill Belichick in classic Belichickian way. Classic Belichickian way. He gets that team better as time goes on. They've been winning with a backup quarterback. Matt Jones may be back tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm still going to go with the Patriots because that defense is going to make life miserable for one Justin Fields. My prayers and condolences go out to Justin before the game. All right. Who you got, Armani?
The Patriots, boys. They're going to eat him up, boy. Belichick, don't hurt him too much. Don't hurt the young boy too much, boy. They finna fire him. They finna fire him up, boy.
All right, Red, who you got?
This is crazy. A quarterback named Zappy is finna beat Justin Fields. That's crazy, but Justin Fields got no shot against Belichick and his defense. This defense, he has once again rebuilt his defense on the fly without nobody knowing. Who he shut out somebody last week, balled out against another team the week before that. Like I said, this defense has been balling the last 2 weeks, and ain't nothing Justin Fields and the Bears gonna do to stop that. So,
Coach, yeah.
Patriots.
All right.
They're gonna take care of the Bears. What's name in trouble?
Now, Red, did you go with the Colts? Did you go with the Colts or the Titans?
Titans. I would take that line to win anything.
Okay, my bad. So all of the picks have been the same so far. Let's go on to the next game. Browns versus the Ravens. Armani, it's on you. What you have?
Never time watching, so Ravens.
All right, Armani goes with the Ravens. Red.
I can't do it. Jacoby Brissett ain't gonna beat no Lamar Jackson. They at home. They've been choking the last few weeks. This is the game to get the Ravens back on track. Let's hush all the noise. Lamar Jackson. This should be an easy victory for the Ravens this week.
Go.
Chaos, baby, chaos. Browns beat the Ravens, Falcons beat the Bengals, and Steelers win. All of them tied for first. Chaos, baby. That's what I want. Chaos. That's right.
So you're picking the Browns?
No, I'm picking the Ravens. I want the Browns to win.
All right.
I knew it.
I'm making it unanimous. I'm going with the Ravens as well. The president is the only one stepping out there calling the Browns. All right. On to the next one. Red, you're up. Tough one, brother. Chiefs versus 49ers.
Oh, my God.
49ers at home.
Whoa.
Christian
Okay.
McCaffrey may dress out.
Who?
Christian, the new running back.
Oh, that don't matter.
I like what you
Real, in another week, I would go with the upset, but Chiefs, they lost last week. They got to bounce back, and I ain't got no faith in the Niners right now. Their quarterback situation sucking. Their defense just got ran on by the Falcons, and I think the Chiefs will bounce back this week. Chiefs.
The VP has turned on his own team and the quarterback. Coach, who you got?
The Chiefs, they're going to hurt the 49ers. 49ers in free fall mode right now. They think, and Chris McCaffrey won't play, so they're not going to win. Like Vincent said, they busted up on defense.
There's the hateration from one Jerome Case. My quarterback will bounce back. Expect for him to have a stellar game this week. So give me the Chiefs under the direction of Patrick Mahomes for the win. Who you got, Armani?
You know I'm going with the Chiefs, man. I ain't messing with no Kyle Shanahan and whatever he got going over there in San Francisco.
All right, maybe we'll get some.
Real.
Yes.
Real.
Yes.
Ask Jerome Case what a contract is. Can anybody tell what a contract is?
You got to go to spelling school, Jerome Case. Type it too fast.
No,
Vincent, let them have it. Let them have it, Vincent. A contract sound like a big mosquito.
Oh, you mean contract like somebody in labor, like
yeah, contraction or something like that. He said it's a sandwich. Okay, yeah, all right.
You're a moron.
All right, Coach, it's on you. Tell us why the Steelers are going to win 2 games in a row.
I mean, the Dolphins, I don't know how Tua is going to be able to respond coming back. And I think, I'm not trying to go for the win, but I think the Steelers are going to send the blitz at him full speed to try to get him out that game, unfortunately for him. So I just think the Steelers are going to put too much pressure on him to make throws. And Dolphins, has anybody heard of their running game? No. So I say Steelers.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Steelers as well. I think Mike Tomlin may have found some special juice to pump up his team. We know he's never had a losing season. We know that he goes hard, and the Dolphins are just not the Dolphins that was the team in first 3 weeks of the season. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers to go on a 2-game winning streak. All right, Armani.
My daddy down there in Miami this week. He's a Steelers fan, so I guess I go with the Steelers this week. You're welcome, Dad.
All right, Red. Red's gonna be a contrarian. I feel it in my spirit.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and ride with these Dolphins this week, just so I can cuss Eric out when his team don't come through for me this week. And boy, y'all at home too, Eric. All this noise you've been talking this week about your Dolphins, they better show up. You got your quarterback back. Well, let's see what y'all gonna do then. You got the Steelers who they ain't got a better record than y'all, and they coming to y'all place. So Miami, Maurice, Eric, all y'all Dolphin fans, they be all on my page. Your team better show up or I'm going to show out on y'all because you're going to mess my record up. All right, but I am taking Miami.
All right, last game is on me. Falcons versus the Bengals.
It's going to get the hating started.
So I'm looking at the Falcons' last 5 games. They have not played a quarterback with the attributes of Joe Burrow. They have not played a running quarterback like Joe Burrow. They have not played against a quarterback that can run and throw. The Bengals are at home. I'm gonna have to go to the Bengals. I like the Falcons, but I'm going with the Bengals. Who you going with, Armani?
I'm going with the Falcons. Defense is playing very well. All I ask, all you have to do, get help over the top with Jamar Chase, because AJ Terrell, that's his kryptonite. You seen what Chase did to him at LSU in the semifinal championship game. It was like it was ended like a track meet. So, hey, just get help over the top, you'll be fine. They don't have a steady run game. They are last in run defense. Run the ball. Falcons.
Red, tell us why the Falcons are going to win.
It ain't going to be because of that defense, I tell you that. I'm praying when my defense get on the field. I'm going to be like closing my eyes like, Lord, don't kill us, Joe, don't kill us. But when my offense get on the field, that's what's going to hopefully propel us to victory, because hopefully we're going to keep the ball out of Joe Burrow's hand by time of possession, by running that ball, just by playing smash mouth football the way we've been playing all year long. And hopefully we can probably get Pitts and London involved this week. They weren't involved last week. Maybe we can shock the Bengals with a few plays to our pass receivers. But in the most game, we're going to try to run the ball down Cincinnati's throat. Like our money said, their rush defense ain't the best, so we need to take advantage of that and just give AJ some help over the top, man, because it's going to be a long day for our secondary, because Joe going to try to expose them. So I'm going to be closing my eyes, nervousness while our defense on the field, and just praying that Arthur Smith got a good game plan when our offense is on the field. But I'm going to trust my boys. They playing good football. I got to ride with them. They ain't sucking like they are when number 2 is on the field. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on the road. Come on, Falcons. Show us what you're about. Show us you for real this season. Falcons.
Coach, close this segment out. Who you got?
Yes. I see Jerome say he a real fan. Glad he spelled fan right and all the words right. I'm hoping the Falcons can come in and contain those feasters. We'll see what happens. I think that if I wish Patterson was back, it'll probably be easier. But if Patterson not playing, they're gonna make it a little tough. Cincinnati has no offensive line, so I go with the Falcons. They have no offensive line.
Well, the picks have been made, and those picks will be posted later on between today and tomorrow. So we appreciate Revenite Nation joining us on today. We're going to close out real quickly. We'll give Red one more Braves report for the end of the season. And I guess we can just talk for maybe about 5 minutes. What do you want to see the Braves do going into the 2023 season?
I forgot all about them.
All right, we're not going to give them any music right now. What are your thoughts?
The disappointing way to end the season. I know Dana is all happy and gloating over there that we caught her Phillies at the right time. Happy, Miss Dana. I hope y'all do it, because if you don't, you better show up so we can clown you for losing, okay? Don't beat my Braves and then choke it all away. But anyway, good job, Miss Dana. Your Phillies did it. Braves bats they just went to sleep at the wrong time. They pitching. All of a sudden imploded on them at the wrong time. What's going on for the offseason, Real? We had another good season, but once again, we're going into the offseason with another key team leader going into free agency. Last year it was Freddie. This time it's Dansby. I want the Braves to offer Dansby a fair contract. Don't go crazy. Just something fair. And if he accepts it, fine. If he don't, well, we know we have pieces to build upon coming up. But I kind of want him to accept, because I think we need his leadership back. I think we got a great team to build around, a nice little core. And I think we would definitely need him to lead it, because even though his production is not the biggest on the team, his leadership is. His defense is Gold Glove caliber. Like I say, I just think his presence in the clubhouse is more valuable than the dollars you can put in the contract. So I definitely think I would appreciate if Dansby thinks about that when he's going into free agency, and just know that, hey, you got a team that'll take care of you for life over here. So just remember that, Dansby. But overall, just to get better, we probably need to see what DeGrom is talking about this offseason. I mean, you just can't never have enough pitching. And if he already said he'd give us a look, see what he's talking about, just the Braves will probably get better in the pitching department. I think our position players are set for the most part. But if we can just upgrade in the pitching department, that would be nice. Re-sign Dansby, that would be nice. And just concentrate on bringing another ring to Atlanta in 2023. But good job this season, Braves. We didn't defend our title like I wish, but overall, you won 100 games. You continue to get better. So you continue to add better pieces to the team. So, just overall, good season, not great, and looking forward to the future.
All right, Coach, Braves.
Two objectives. And I don't know if you can do both of them. Sign Dansby Swanson. Get Jacob DeGrom. He angry. He's upset. They didn't do nothing. Get him. He's fragile right now. Go on and pluck him out the free agent wire.
I think you can do both. Probably depends on what Jacob asking for.
Well, I think the Braves hurt themselves getting into Jacob DeGrom sweepstakes when they offered Charlie more than $20 million. That was ridiculous.
Charlie Morton.
That was absolutely ridiculous. And maybe that was just to say thank you for helping the team win the World Series. But you can't do these sentimental deals, because that can affect you from getting the Jacob DeGroms of the world. There was nothing that warranted Charlie Morton getting $20 million. If you want to keep him around to be, a mentor, look at $10 million best. But $20 million for a guy that can't even get out the fifth and sixth inning most of the season, that was just absolutely ridiculous. And I know if I were Max Fried, I'd start feeling some kind of way, because all these deals are being done and no deal is being done my way. And you got a deal already for Strider. You got a deal already for Charlie Morton. And Max Fried was supposed to be the ace right now. And I think he needs to really be a number two rather than number one. So if the Braves can get a number one, that would be real helpful. I think the Braves need to get another power bat. I think missing Soler hurt in the postseason because Soler made pitchers think hard about what they would do. And he would have fit perfectly in this lineup this year, but that's where Ozuna's contract is just toxic to the Braves, present and future. Because had Ozuna not been on the roster, Soler would have been brought back. Eddie Rosario definitely needs to have his eyes checked because that joker, that laser surgery that he had to begin the season, did not help him on the field because he looked terrible out there in the outfield. We hope that Ronald Acuna Jr. comes back healthy because that's a key. He was still solid at 70%, but we need him at 100%. Here's what I've learned the most. Ozzy Albies is important to that team. And they missed his presence.
Yeah.
They missed his playoff presence. He's solid at second base, solid bat, solid leader. And, you know, we need him on the field next year. So I don't think he's as replaceable as we may have thought he is. All right. But we'll see what happens with Dansby. Real quickly, as we get ready to close, from 1 to 5, 5 feeling the strongest. Red, I'll start with you. Will Dansby Swanson be back as a Brave next year? How would you rate it?
3.5.
3.5. All right. Coach?
4.
Feel strong. Okay. Strongly. Armani?
2.
Wow. You think he out of here?
Yeah, he out of here. I'll be real with you. I think he out of here.
I'm at 3. I think it go either way. I think
him having them same agents that Freddie have is making me kind of cautious.
That's exactly why I said what I said.
And there may be some bad blood still going from that particular season.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, let's close out on this. You have the right to do what, when, where, and how. Who wants that at first? Armani.
Clemson, you have the right to come back from 7 to 21. Please, hey, listen, for my pick's sake, don't get upset. The one time I pick y'all to win, y'all down 14 points. Just come back and win the game. That's all I got.
All right, who wants that at next? Who has the right to do what, when, where, how? Revenant Nation, feel free to put you have the right down at this point.
Lakers. Go ahead. Go ahead, Coach.
Jerome Case, you had the right to come to one of my ELA classes and sit and possibly learn how to spell, please. It's no problem. We'll invite anybody. We always accept anyone, no matter what age.
All right, Coach, give us a sports one now.
All right. Mississippi Valley, you got a right to win your homecoming. Now, everybody been sending me homecoming pictures, and I'm not there. So go ahead and win this game against Bethune-Cookman today.
All right, Red. Who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
Lakers, you got a right to get your first win of the season tomorrow. Please, come on. We don't need an 0-for-3 start. My Hawks about to start 3-0. Can you at least get one win tomorrow? Don't make it worse. I mean, let's start having some positives in this, man. Let's show something that works, okay? So, Lakers, you got a right to win and to keep winning so we can stop talking negative about you. It affects me, this negative Laker talk.
And Dusty Baker, you have the right to put the Yankees away so that you can be in position to win this World Series. That would be impressive on your resume so that I can wear a Houston Astros shirt when I go to church one Sunday in front of these Philadelphia Phillies fans. I'm looking forward to it. That's what you have the right to do, Dusty. All right, we got some Gamecocks. You have the right to pull off the upset against the Aggies tonight. Send that state fair food over to their locker, load them down with fried oil. The Lakers have issues right now. They definitely
Yeah,
do.
dog, Alexis, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Alexa said better late than never. All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks so much, Reverend Knight Nation, for your you have the rights. And the president out there made some bold predictions out there. So we'll see if his bold predictions will come true. Thank y'all so much for watching episode 253. We'll be back episode 254 next week. Be blessed, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great day. Let's speak. Speaking Rev, let's Houston. Phillies have the right to go 3-1 because my pal is a natural born hater. Please keep slamming down the gavel to the Democrats sports song. Thanks, Brad, for getting things started. Time to head out to Wobogan, Minnesota, transport world. This is time to be really all in. Oh, my Lord. Let's go, Houston. Let's go, Houston. Be blessed, everybody. Everybody have a great week. See y'all next week.